Gemini 3.0 is here. Finally, I know those of us who are power Gemini users like me, we're always thinking, hey, like, how do I do this? Like, I know we're close to 3.0. Why hasn't that come out yet? And finally, I refreshed an AI Studio project yesterday, and it is finally out. And I could not be more excited about this. We are hearing that Gemini 3.0 is the best coding model that you have ever seen, and the best for reasoning in general. Some really big claims by Google. I am going to give you a really raw video here today. I'm not even going to do a whole lot of editing on this video. I just want you to see how this works. I had tested it a little bit in the background on my own projects that have flipped over to Gemini 3.0, but what I haven't done is test it against some of the bigger players. And so that's what we are going to do today. We are going to do a couple of things. We're going to build an app together and we're going to build a game together. We're going to build them on a few different platforms and we're going to see which one goes the best. And we'll see how powerful Gemini 3.0 actually is in real time. So, vibe marketing is my thing. So, what we're going to be building is the content repurposing studio. Here, I got my notes in front of me. So, I just sort of whipped up this in AI, came up with this idea. Essentially, you upload a raw video file, the app transcribes it, identifies three viral hooks or segments, it generates a blog post, a LinkedIn carousel, a Twitter thread, and an email newsletter. That's the idea, right? You can repurpose all your content everywhere. I am literally just going to take and copy and paste this prompt. So let's go first over to AI Studio. So aistudio.google.com. You can see right here, we are on the Gemini 3 Pro preview. And we're just going to take this and we're going to paste this prompt right here because what we want to see is how Gemini does with very little information. So I just give you a teeny tiny little prompt. What can you build on? While we're there, let's go ahead and build it in Bolt as well. And while we're there, let's build it in Claude. So we will see who finishes first. Gemini has thought for 27 seconds and it's already gone. It has started creating the code here, which is nice. Bolt is also working on it. Setting up the database schema is one of the first things that they're working on. So that's one of the interesting, of course, is that Bolt and some of these others have built in the Supabase integrations or other sorts of integrations with databases where they can essentially have their own database. They're usually just traditional Supabase, but yeah, their own database and they can do that there, which is a benefit. Here's Claude digging into it. Claude wants to ask me some questions. Yes, go for it. Here, I just wanted to see if I give it a simple prompt, what it's going to create. And now you see Claude has gone in and they are coding. We've done a Sonnet 4.5 is one of the best coding models out there. In fact, it was thought to be the best coding model until Gemini 3 came out. And we still need to test these against each other more. But Gemini 3 is definitely competing for that top spot. Okay, and we are done here. Google's done. They've called it repurpose.io. And we have a nice little sidebar here. I didn't give it any design instructions at all. So we have our dashboard and we have a link here to create a new project. Like these are not functional. Got it. Oh, because there's nothing in it. We'll see. Has credits used down here. Okay, we'll go back and try in a second. And Claude is done. Let's see what Claude made. Oh, this is much more basic. This is like just do the thing. Okay, got it. I do like that it has an option for a YouTube link. Did Google have that? Yes, it's awesome. Google's definitely looks better. That's for sure. Definitely looks better. Okay, so then we have Bolt, which they were taking forever. Did they finish it? I don't see anything Bolt. It says they finished. It was taking probably, I don't know, 3 times as long as Google and Claude took to make, maybe 4 times as long. It doesn't. It's not even working. This is, wait, if I scroll, yeah, there's nothing I can do here. This one has been a really popular one. I must have just gotten my haircut at the time. So let's go ahead and grab this link. I don't know. We'll see if it takes that link, put it in, import video, and it's doing something. Okay, it seems to be working. We'll see. And now let's try going to Claude. YouTube link, dropping it in, and Claude using Whisper AI, identifying viral hooks. I like that loading screen from Claude. That's good. And oh, interesting. Three potential directions. Okay, so we have a viral angle. So I choose the viral angle, and then I can generate the campaign assets. Is that what we're doing here? Okay. Beyond chatbots, the visual revolution of agentic AI workflows. Prompt engineering is dead while you're training for the wrong AI feature. And okay, let's try this one. Generate campaign assets. And it's drafting my campaigns. Did Bolt make it yet? Build successful. The app should now load without errors. Really? I don't see anything. Now let's go to Claude. Okay, Claude came up with these three viral hooks and it just spit everything out. So cool. How'd it do? Content creation is not considering distribution shouldn't be, or it's where I maximize value, blah, 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 blah. This doesn't really look like a blog post to me. It's like a sentence underneath a heading and it's not in markdown. But whatever, we can make, I did like how I could choose my sort of viral hook in the first one, though. That was kind of interesting. LinkedIn carousel, a Twitter thing, interesting, and email newsletter. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Google, okay, so Google's giving me these little things here, which I kind of like. So this is the LinkedIn carousel. All right. Oh, and I can regenerate here. Okay. Twitter thread is here. A nice newsletter is here. Blog post is here. So this is cool. This is looking good. This is looking pretty good. So let's see how it does with a simple prompt here. We'll get everybody the same prompt. So we'll just say it feels a little bit plain and not as magical as it could be. Spice it up and make it feel modern and slick and magical and fun to use. Now, I actually think that Gemini did a good job with this, with the UI, like a much better job with the UI at the beginning, like a much, much, much better job because the UI is Claude is just, it's boring and doesn't make, it's not that interesting. They need this prompt more than the Google one does. I'll put it in there. We're not even going to worry about both. So let's let it do this. Google's thinking about it. You can always click on the thinking if you want to see, and it'll show you what it's thinking about. It'll walk you through its process, which is good. As you know, you can always go over to code here and watch it change things in real time, or you can change things in real time if you feel comfortable here. And similar situation here in Claude, although we're in the sort of chat interface, so it's a little bit more like a Canvas type thing, but it still works relatively well. So it looks like I run out of tokens on both. I'm not going to buy anymore. It said done, refresh the page, and slow down. I'm not going to waste my time with Bolt. I don't pay for Bolt because I code everything in Google or Claude or I use something else. So let's look in here. Okay, so Gemini's gotten back to me here. The current design is factor needed. I will redesign it to feel more immersive. Brown, glass morphism, lighting it's doing, upload step, processing step, hook selection, content generation. So it's going to spice it up. And Claude doesn't give you that same kind of feedback until it's done generating everything. And you can see Claude is still writing the code to try and make it nicer, fancier, more modern looking. Okay, Claude finished first. Ooh, that's a lot of purple and pink. So it's essentially the same thing reskinned, with just different colors. Here, let's see if I can see if the process is any different here with this YouTube URL, uploading the video. Google is now done. So it's added a little bit, it's added cover effects here, a little bit of a flare. It's added a moving animated gradient here and a slightly moving animated gradient to the background, which I really like. It's making it much more sort of pretty, like magical, like I said. So we'll see if there's anything different in the rest of the process. Will be important to analyze. I really like the step process too. We're doing this, then we're doing this, then we're doing this. Okay, and now we go back over to Claude. It's done. So the biggest mistake most people, so we've got these three. So really, it just sort of recolored it for the most part. I don't really see anything else different besides it being recolored. I wouldn't really necessarily say that makes it, magical and slick and modern and fun to use. It's definitely better, but nothing amazing. Google has definitely done a better job with that in a more subtle way. It's a very good designer. So now I pick my hook. Let's just pick this one. Strategy selected. Very nice. Now it's going to generate the campaign asset. It's Gemini. It's going to array all this stuff. Okay, Gemini's done. We have our LinkedIn carousel, Twitter thread, newsletter, and blog post. So this is pretty much the same functionality here. Same basic functionality. App waiting to happen. This does. And that is super, super cool. So huge fan. Gemini, point to Gemini. So Gemini 3.0, listen, like small test, one sample size, but really kick the crap out of Claude in this little exercise. Now let's make a game because I like games. Okay, so I used AI to come up with some games that are sort of businessy. So here's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make the game Starforge Boundary. You manage a stellar nursery fusing raw hydrogen clouds into new stars and rare elements to sell to the galaxy. Massive scale, you view the universe from a god view. Oof, interesting, interesting. Okay, cool. The only thing I think we need to add to this, that this is a 3D game. This 3D game, Starforge Foundry. Other than that, I don't want to do anything else to this prompt. And here we go. We're in Google AI Studio. We're going to drop it in. We're on Gemini 3. Let's see what happens. Go build it, Gemini. And then we're going to come over to Claude now. And we're going to do the same thing. I pick new artifact and then gains. And now I'm just going to drop that in. And usually it gives me a plan. Says, hey, you sure you want to build this? And I'm like, okay, sure. And here it is. I'm very interested to see which one has the better result here because when I had tried to vibe code games in the past, it has not been great. I've successfully vibe coded word games, trivia games, and things like that have been awesome. But when it comes to games that are like actually feel like video games where you're like using 3 elements and stuff, it has not been a great experience. So we're not even going to try on Bolt. It's not worth the effort. We're going to continue with Claude and Google AI Studio and see who gives us the better video game. Okay, they are both done. Let's go to Claude first this time. Okay, here we go. Nice. Controls. Drag hydrogen. They love this purple shade here, don't they? I'm going to drag this over a little. Okay. Drag hydrogen clouds. The glowing orbs toward the center of the screen. When 3+ clouds gather near the center, fusion ignites automatically. During fusion, use compressor to increase gravity and cool to reduce heat. Interesting. Okay. So I drag it in like this. So I have to hold it there? What happened? Did I make a bigger one? Is that what happened? I'm confused. Okay, let's try it again. We're gonna do a balloon, an aqua, like 2 aquas and a blue. I do not understand where this goes. What are those sliders on the bottom doing? Do I have to drag them all into the center? I don't know how to play this game. How do you play this game? What if I just drag them right in? Okay. This is cool. This is cool. Oh, do I have to click the cool heat or compress gravity button? No? Okay, I don't really understand. Okay, let's see what Gemini 3.0 did here. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Uh, Not as user friendly here. It doesn't tell you what to do. Okay, so do I drag them in? Click the. Nothing is functional here. Nothing at all is functional. There's nothing I can do on this page. Am I supposed to do something? Am I supposed to? Yeah. So Claude wins here, even though they are both not super functional. But let's try to make 2 brief changes to this based on what they need and see which one describes it better. So for Claude, what's the biggest piece of feedback I'd like to see? I don't really understand how the game works. You can drag the things into the center, but they're never reacting with each other. Sometimes it'll just flash red or something. So I'm not really sure how to deal with that. Can you fix it so the game makes more sense and plays better? So they're both still coding their little improvements here. And while I did that, I thought I would go to the new Google AI Studio Games visualization just so you can see. This is what I saw that made me say, oh my gosh, I should really play around with games on this. So let's open Sky Metropolis. So this is an example of something built just in Gemini. That's kind of cool. Do I? Oh, a place a house, place a park. Huh? Well, very nice. Look at that. This is actually kind of cool. Oh, I should know. Don't put factories next to buildings. Now, Boulder's basically like a SimCity clone. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I like this. Oh, lie out of money? Darn. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. There's a lot of potential here. There is. Okay, so Claude is done. It says they completely redesigned the game mechanics to make it way clearer. Okay, let's see about that. When clouds enter the zone, they glow brighter with a green ring around them. Okay, so let's get started. Drag 3 clouds into the fusion zone to begin. There are no clouds anymore. What do you mean? They're gone. There's no more clouds. Okay. Google is ready. Okay, so let's see what happens. See if I can click things. Okay, I got a handle now. Okay, here's fuse, getting bigger, bigger. Oh, nice. What just happened though? Okay. Do I have to do this for everything? That it's being covered by the UI there. Oh, nice, nice. That's kind of an addictive little animation. This definitely feels more like sort of professionally. Oh, nice. I can't get these. I can't get these. They're behind the UI. This. I need one more. One more. One more. Much more interactive now this time. I don't understand how this game works, so much more understand. Oh, there we got it. Google created something much more visually interesting, while Claude was more functional from the first prompt. But after a second prompt, Claude broke entirely, and Google got I started to see I got to use the core gameplay mechanics. So that's a tough one. I'm gonna give it a tie with a slight edge to Google, maybe. But out of the box, Claude worked and Google didn't. But after one prompt, Google was much better and Claude was not operational whatsoever. So take from that what you will. I really think that vibe coding is going to change a lot with Gemini 3. They rolled out their anti-gravity software, which is essentially like a VS Code and Cursor clone, except it just uses Gemini and it has these agentic capabilities to work on multiple parts of an app with multiple agents at the same time. Not to mention, you open it up in Chrome and it actually tests the app for you in a browser, which is crazy. And of course, you have AI Studio, which I still believe is the best vibe coding platform, to be honest with you. So when you're adding Gemini 3.0 model onto that, that's pretty freaking cool. I got goodies for you in the description. Make sure to look down there, like and subscribe if you'd like. I don't, I need to care, but yeah, I hate begging for things. See you in the next video.